some dude in the UK and his kid are spending the weekend playing a game.
Poker is incredibly freaking boring. It's like baseball. Unless you happen to having great conversations, it's actually pretty boring.
He's got to get picked up, and he's going to need a snack, and he needs to play with his friends.
Get to it fast. Right here on the Anycast. Make it strong, make it last. Right here on the Anycast.
Like, is this the thing you were striving for on the venture side?
Yeah, I think the lesson I learned on the venture side was an important sort of higher level lesson, which was that I always knew that the money affected the outcome because the nature of the money and the model behind it and the LPs that invest in a venture fund are going to impact this. Like if you ever talk to Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz and Andreessen Horowitz, they would say to you, we only invest in something that have these insane sort of, extreme outcomes that tend to be consumer internet because those are the only things that are that big, right? And that's not wrong. That's not evil. Mm-hmm. That's not an incorrect thing to do or a corrupt thing to do. But as an entrepreneur, you've got to understand that because it's going to impact sort of what you do, right? Yep. That was sort of the lesson. And then the local part is, well, Ben has been helping me build my business. My son actually was involved. And Ron and Brian, who are my co-founders, know that this is something that, it's not the speed and the focus. We give a lot of our product away. We are very community oriented, the tournaments and the expos and the meetups. These are local mom and pop shops that have arcades and bars. Sure. And local operators who have like 100 machines in New York City, that they go and they open up the coin door and they pour it out into a bag. Like those are the people we deal with every day. Yes, we're a SaaS company sure. also. And we have these like bizarre scale challenges that no one in pinball knows what that means. But it has been so much fun to make work and talk to the customers again, like I did in the early 90s, working at Netcom, slinging ISP T1s, talking to the customers every day. And then the end result of succeeding with a customer support call is that some dude in the UK and his kid are spending the weekend playing a game. I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's the best. And so it's the community stuff. In terms of the financial opportunity, I mean, it's as big as we want it to be.
Sure.
It could be huge. We just want to like kind of sink our teeth into the core of this product and get it rocking.
How has being a parent changed you as a leader?
I know you have been through a similar journey a couple of times, right? And I mentioned this earlier, but for everyone's context, I have one 6-year-old, and he was born, I guess about halfway through our NS1 journey, and he started kindergarten this year and was gearing up for that just as we were going through this acquisition of NS1 and spin out of NetBox Labs and so on. And there's no question, first of all, that your question is valid, right? Like being a parent definitely changes how you operate as a leader or just as a professional, I think. And there's some stuff in here that I suppose seems sort of obvious, but is worth stating. Like being a parent focuses you, right? Like I have a priority at 2:30 today, because it's a Friday as we're recording this. I am going to go pick my kid up from kindergarten, right? Like doesn't matter what's going on at NetBox Labs. He's got to get picked up and he's going to need a snack and he needs to play with his friends, right? Like there's no question about that. And so, even just on a calendar basis, right? Like my calendar is contained and dictated and guided by the needs of the family, the needs of being a parent, right? And then if you further that, right, it drives your prioritization. Like I no longer can count on working 18-hour days if the business demands it, right? Like I really have to get deliberate about what are the most important things to accomplish in the business today for me to enable our team with respect to meet the needs of customers and so on. It's such a focusing state of being.
For those who don't know, you've played a lot of poker in your life at the highest of levels. Does that help or hurt in a world where like the game of business has like so few constraints? Like you're doing a probability calculation, but then Godzilla shows up and eats Tokyo, and it's just like, okay, so nothing that I was using actually happened. Like how does it help or how does it hurt, and how do you view that? I mean, obviously it works both ways, but how do you view your poker skills in a business light?
Well, first of all, I think every professional can use some obsession, something they like doing that takes them out of the headspace of what they're doing professionally, because A, it can reduce stress, and B, maybe I shouldn't generalize, but for me and some other people that I know, sometimes when you're sort of stuck thinking about something and your head is in the problem space, so you need to sort of disconnect, and then the answer will magically come to you as your background processors start thinking about it. Yeah. And poker is incredibly freaking boring unless you're, it's like baseball. Unless you after are having great conversations, it's actually pretty boring. So I prefer pot limit Omaha, which is less boring because you have to fold less, but it's still the moments of sheer puckering terror or fun are, few and far between in poker. And so you certainly have time to sit and think. I think the discipline of it is also helpful because you really have to know and believe that life is one long session. So, just because I didn't get it done this week, this month, this year, I think there's an analogy in business. I've seen people get frantic because they must achieve whatever it is right now. And sometimes the market's not ready. The organization is overloaded. The customer's not ready, whatever it is. And in poker, you can really have very bad results if you decide I'm not going to leave this table down money because, well, hope is not a strategy. Right. Whereas if you say, you know what, I can play, if it's true, you can play poker enough, then, life is one long session. Whatever happens today nets out with tomorrow. So I think the patience is important, and sometimes seeing it in a different domain. I don't want to get too nerdy, but it's sort of like abstract algebra where you transform into a different domain, and sometimes insights can be more clear when you're thinking in frequency domain or whatever than, than in the world that you see and are sort of used to. So getting out of your head, understanding that. And, look, in business, when you're negotiating, when you're thinking about strategy, there's certainly a lot of reading people. And I think there are people that are very good at the, I just look at you and know that you've got more room. I think that you can be 85th percentile good if you just have a good bullshit detector, right? And poker teaches that too. It's like, why would they be doing this? Does this make sense? What is this story? And so, I think those are skills that translate too and are helpful, and it's a good way to sharpen those in a different domain.
How to network your IP. This is different, another round, so much more to talk about. Gonna aim to satisfy with help from CacheFly. Get to it fast. Right here on the Anycast. Make it strong, make it last. Right here on the Anycast. The Anycast podcast, brought to you by CacheFly.